In the last lecture, we have seen the number formats for representing the signals and coefficients with the first type, that is fixed point format. Continuing the same, in this class let us discuss regarding the second type of format, that is floating point format. As the value of the integer increases and the width of the product increases and the summation of the product goes or grows to a larger extent, then it becomes a problem for storing the number of bits. As the number of bits increases, it is very tedious to store the same with limited number of bits. And however, since all the processor will not have the capacity of storing the larger and larger values, or in general we can say that it is the processor architecture will not support the unlimited number of bits. So for this purpose, some DSP processor will choose the floating point representation, where we can improve the presentation of the numbers with less number of bits. For this case, we are choosing floating point representation or floating point format. In this floating point format, we are going to see the meaning of the term float. The term float refers to the decimal point of a number is to float. That means that decimal point of a number is not constant. That decimal point will be moving from one point to another point. For example, let us consider the value 1.2345. This can be represented by 12345 into 10 to the power minus 4, and further we can write 123.45 into 10 to the power minus 6. This point is not fixed, it is going to float from here to here with respect to the exponent value that is raised by factor of 10. In this case, we are going to see how we are going to represent the floating point numbers. A floating point number is made up of mantissa mx, that is m suffix x, along with an exponent value ex. The general representation of a floating point number which takes a value x, that can be represented as x is equal to mx into 2 raised to the power ex. In general, we can write the value of x as mx into 2 to the power ex. Ex is exponent term, whereas mx is mantissa. Then if we try to multiply two values, let us say x and y, then the product of the same will be represented as x into y is equal to mx into my into 2 to the power ex plus ey. Here we are taking an example of a floating point multiplier. In that case, the requirement is we require a multiplier for mantissa part and an adder for exponent part. Exponent part is constructed using an adder, whereas mantissa part is constructed using a multiplier. Now let us see the IEEE 754 standard floating point number for a 32-bit number. I will write the standard IEEE 754 32-bit representation for a floating point number. It consists of the MSB, which is of 1 bit, that is reserved for sign of a number, that is S, followed by an 8-bit value that is represented as exponent E, followed by an implied binary point Next, we have a 23-bit mantissa part, which is denoted by F. This is the standard IEEE 754 format. Standard IEEE 754 format for a 32-bit floating point number. After writing the scheme of the IEEE 754 32-bit floating point number, now let us represent the value of x. X is equal to minus 1 whole to the power s into 2 to the power e minus bias into 1 dot f. Like this, we are going to represent the value of x. S indicates the sign of a number that is usually present in the MSB. E refers to the exponent, and bias. Bias depends on the size of the exponent value that we can see later, and this f is the magnitude fraction of the floating point number. This bias value will be dependent on the number of bits associated with the term exponent. In this case, we are having 8-bit exponent value. With 8-bit exponent value, the bias is given as, the bias value is 127. This 127 is the largest positive value, largest positive value for an 8-bit exponent value. That means what? For 8-bit, the largest positive value is 127. How this 127 came? We know that in an 8-bit representation, we have 8-bit. In that 8-bit, the MSB bit, 1 bit is reserved for sign, and the rest of the 7 bits for magnitude of the number. With this rest of the 7 bits 7, I can write 2 power 7, and we know that the value of 2 power 7 is equal to 128, but we have written 127. What is the reason? Because we know that in order to represent this number, we have to start from 0 to 127, including the index start from 0, so the largest positive value is 127, not 128. From 0 to 127, we are having the value of 2 power 7. Thereby, the largest positive value is 127. That is going to depend on the number of bits associated in exponent field. After knowing the format for the representation of a floating point number, now let us try to work out an example in order to calculate the value of x for a given specification. First, I will write the problem statement on the board, then we can find the solution for the same. First, let us try to analyze the given problem. The problem says, find the decimal equivalent of the floating point binary number, which is given by 1011, 0000, 111, 00, assuming the format similar to the IEEE 754, where the sign bit is followed by 4 exponent bits, which is followed by 8 bits for the fractional part. This is the problem. We are supposed to find the decimal equivalent of the floating point number, that is x. We have to find the value of x. What are all the given data? The data is 1011 followed by 4 zeros followed by 111, 00. This is the data in which the very first number is going to indicate the sign of a number. If this is the, now let us write the same number once again for better clarity. According to the problem statement, it says the first bit is meant for sign. The first bit is indicated by the value 1, that indicates the sign of the number, that is, it is a negative number. The number is negative number, and further, which is followed by 4 exponent bits. That means from here to here we are having 0, 1, 0. This field is meant for exponent. I can write E here, I can write S here, indicating the sign, E indicating exponent, and which is followed by 8 bits for the fractional part. That means the 4 plus 4, total 8 bits are reserved for the fractional part. That is F. We have S field, E field and F. Okay. With this, let us find out the value of F first. F, the fractional part F is computed with respect to the implied binary point. Here 0 into 2 to the power minus 1, 0 into 2 to the power minus 2, 0 into 2 to the power minus 3, but 0 into anything is 0. So I can directly start from here. That is 1 into 2 to the power minus 4 plus 1 into 2 to the power minus 5 plus 1 into 2 to the power minus 6. If I compute this value of F, I can get, let me compute the value using the calculator. We are going to get value of 0.10937. This is the value of F we are going to get. Similarly, now let us find out the value of E. For E, I can write 2 to the power 0, I can start from here 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 2. Let us start from 1 into 2 to the power 1 plus 1 into 2 to the power 2. I can write it is 1 into 2 to the power 1 is 2 plus 4, that is equal to 6. Now we have computed the value of E and F explicitly. Now let us represent the value of E, the given data in terms of X. I can write X is equal to, since the MSB is equal to 1, I can write minus 1. After that point, we are going to get, what is the fractional part? 109375. Then this has to be multiplied with 2 to the power e minus bias. This has to be multiplied by 2 to the power e minus bias. What is the value of e? We know that e value is 6. I can write 2 to the power 6 minus. Next we have to compute the value of bias. What is the value of bias? And we also know that, we already know that the value of bias is dependent on the number of bits associated with the exponent field and also the largest positive number in that value. If the e is taking a value of 6, then it is from the simplification of 1 into 2 to the power 1 plus 1 into 2 to the power 2. But we are interested in number of bits associated in e. Number of bits. We should not take the value 6. We should consider the number of bits associated in e field. What is the number of bits associated with e? 1, 2, 3, 4. And it is also given here. The number of bits is equal to 4. In that, the largest positive value. Out of 4 bits, we already know that 1 bit is reserved for sign and rest of the 3 bits for magnitude. If that is the case, I can write out of 4, if I take 1, I am left out with 3, 2 power 3, and that is equal to 8. But if we start the index from 0, I can write 0 to 7. If this is the case, which is the largest positive value? 7 is the largest positive value. With this, I can substitute 7 in case of bias field. So this becomes 2 power 6 minus 7. And we know that 2 power 6 minus 7 is equal to 2 power minus 1. Then we can multiply this value into 2 power minus 1. Then we are going to get minus 0.554687. X is equal to, this is the value what we are supposed to find according to this problem. This is the answer. In this example, we have seen for the case of a single precision number that is with respect to a 32-bit. If the precision is doubled, then the double precision value will become equal to 64-bit. Let us write the 64-bit format by considering the 32-bit. Then we can write 1 bit reserved for sign, then 11 bits for exponent, and rest of the bits is 52 for magnitude, fractional part of the mantissa. This 52 plus 12 gives 64. In this case, what is the size of the exponent? The size of the exponent is 11 bits. If this is the case, what is the value of bias? The bias is, out of 11 bits, 1 bit is meant for sign to indicate sign. Then we are left out with 10 bits. In that 10 bits, we have to find out the largest positive value. So 2 power 10 is equal to 1024, but while representing, we start from 0. So we will end up with 1023. This 1023 is the largest positive value. After knowing the floating point format, now let us try to understand the next concept followed by the floating point number, that is block floating point format. block floating point an approach to increase the range and precision of a number representation is to use the block floating point format. In this case, the range and the precision of a number is increased by retaining the lower order bits as much as possible. And this retaining the lower order bits and discarding the higher order bits for the purpose of increasing in range and precision of the number. In this case, what we are going to see is, we are going to see the improvement in the range and precision without any additional hardware required. The only thing is, we require an extra memory location for the purpose of storing the block exponent. Only one extra memory location is needed for storing the block exponent value without any additional hardware required. The meaning of block here refers to group of bits. We are going to move with respect to group of bits, not with respect to 1 or 2 bits. Group of bits is going to considered in the case of this block floating point representation. Now, let us see an example of how this format is going to work. Now, let us consider the given problem and let us arrive at the solution at that part. Here the problem says the following 12-bit binary fractions are to be stored in an 8-bit memory. Show how they can be represented in block floating point format so as to improve the accuracy. Here the problem is such that the given data is in terms of 12-bit representation, okay, but they are asking to store the same using 8-bit such that there is no loss in accuracy of the number. In order to do so, what are the steps we have to take? That we can see in that side. First and the foremost thing is, if we straight away go to represent the data in terms of 8-bit, then this 12-bit data can be represented as, the first data is here, we have to stop till here. That means I can write till 5 zeros followed by 111 for the first number, and for the second number I can write, and for third number I can write, and for similarly I can write for fourth number. If you want to represent this 12-bit number in terms of 8-bit, then I have to follow this method. Now, if I observe, what is the scenario here? In this case, we are losing the accuracy. How do you say? Because we are left out with the lower order bits. That lower order bits contains some crucial values. And if you observe, all these 4 bits is not simply 0. It has some value. So, if you write like this, then we are going to significantly lose the accuracy of the number. In order to overcome this problem, that means we have to maintain the accuracy and at the same time you have to store the same data in terms of 8-bit, you have to see the higher order bits. If you see the higher order bits, in this case, all the 4 bits are all the 4 leading bits are equal to 0. In this case, I can easily neglect the 4 bits in each case, and I can write like this. That is from here to here. For the first value, I can write 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. And for second case, I can write 1, 1, 1, 1, followed by 4 zeros. And for third case, I can write 0, 0, 1, 1. And in next case, I can write 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. What I have done here, I have discarded the 4 leading zeros, and if I write only this much, is it enough? No. I have to take one more step. That means I have to fix the exponent value such that this has to be multiplied with 2 to the power exponent value. Since I have shifted 4 bits towards right, I can write 2 to the power minus 4. Similarly, I can write into 2 to the power minus 4 into 2 to the power minus 4 into 2 to the power minus 4. In order to maintain the accuracy by storing with only 8 bits as mentioned in the problem. With this, I have to multiply the value into 2 to the power minus 4. That means I am going to multiply by a factor of minus 4. This is the block exponent value. That 2 to the power minus 4 is the block exponent value. This is very important. Block exponent value. If you want to read the data from the memory location, what we are supposed to do? We have to first shift the data towards right by how many number of bits? By 4 bits. I am going to shift the data by 4 bits towards right. If I do so, then what happens? I will get back the original values. That means in higher order bits, we are going to get zeros. If I shift in shift operation, what happens? The vacancy is filled by 0 with respect to the most significant bits. Okay. If I do the inverse, that is, if I shift towards left, then what happens? The vacancy is filled by zeros at the least significant bits. Like this, we are going to see the block exponent value, that is 2 power minus 4 in this case, and we need, along with this 4 memory location, one more memory location is required for 2 power minus 4 for the purpose of storing the result. 4 plus 1, 5 memory locations are required for storing this result. Thank you.